Introducing LT Defense Tactical Gear, your ultimate solution for top-notch protection and performance in the field. Our armor bundles provide unmatched safety and comfort, while our battle belts and holsters ensure quick and easy access to your gear. Stay prepared for any situation with our high-quality medical supplies, designed to keep you ready for action at all times. Looking to enhance your skills? Our firearms training programs will take your proficiency to the next level. Trust LT Defense for all your tactical gear needs and gear up for success on the battlefield.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Look at that entrance. I love it, Joel. H-Train. Everybody knows you by, I don't know how many different names. H-Train, Battle, Joel. I mean, where's a guy with so many names? But anyway, I love that intro. It makes me happy. And it makes me want to smile with positive and consciousness in the morning. Everybody else agree? Right. Good morning. Today is December the 16th. Happy cold full moon. Oh, it's cold out there. And today, well, you know what? We're getting to the end of the year, and I am going to take a little break. So this is like next week will be my last show for 2024. And then I'm going to take a little break, and then I'll be back with our heels kicking there in January. So don't fear, we'll be back. But I wanted these two, not so much to be like a flip. I wanted you to, let's think about our year, right? Let's break down this year. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see where we're going. Good morning. And I have Miss Kira. She's coming on our show at 10. We're going to talk about great little Christmas gifts for every type of budget. And then Wednesday, I'll be on Miss Kira's show again. It's the Smile Show Wednesday morning. But today, I'm going to give you a little taste of what I used to do when I lived in Miami for so long. I was an energist, and this big moon is going to be a chain reaction to supermoons. So I'm going to read and talk to you about the energies, how the moon can make us kind of thwarted, sometimes kind of happy, sometimes kind of breaking away from the chains that shackle us. Sometimes it even allows us just to, Feel people's energy. If you ever talk to people on a full moon in the hospital, you'll be like, oh, the crazies come out. Are they crazy? Or are they actually going through a higher electromagnetic pain or for their body mentally, right? Or physically, they're actually feeling the pains. Not to say that it doesn't cause people to second guess some choices that they make, but it's very strong. And this one has some major effects to some of the zodiac's energy that you're born in. So, and in this show, I want to show you guys, look at my cute little things. I got some cute little stickers that says the world of conscious positive thinking. So throughout the next 2 shows, I am going to ask you something and you have to fill in the blank. So for the next 2 shows, I'm giving away one of these cute little car vinyl decals. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. The world of conscious positivity. And I love my little logo. So we're going to give these away. So here's how that works. If you're listening in the morning, they are the cutest, aren't they, Kiara? So here's how it works. For instance, this is going to be for the first one. For the first one out there who's ever listening, I just said, we listened to this beautiful thing. And I said, thank you, Joel. But Joel goes by a few freaking names. And so sometimes you don't even know who he's talking to, right? Or who we're talking to. So the very first person who puts in my comments one of Joel's nicknames, you'll get one of these and you'll have to DM me your address. Please don't put it in the public chat. DM us either to mbradio.us or on the bottom there, you can see the world of conscious positive thinking at mbradio.us, or you can just DM me on the private messenger on 2Cap on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, wherever you're at. So yes, Kiara. Well, Kiara got it. Yes, H Train. Yes, he is known. One of his names is known as H Train. So Kiara, yes, you get the first sticker. I'm going to put your name on it so you can have the first sticker. And then we know that one is gone already. Okay, so that's how that game works. That's fun. So what we're going to do. So we're coming to the end of the year. And this year, if you didn't know it, energetically was supposed to be your abundance year, 2024. Where did you fall within your abundance? Were you abundant? Or do we go, well, what is abundance? Yay. Kiara, you're so cute. There she is. She's just going to town. So we have the abundance. And in this abundance year, from January 2024, it started. We were to start manifesting and clearing our patterns and clearing our way of all the negatives or disruptions that we kind of tuck deep down in and kind of put them underneath the rug. This year, if you opened those rugs and you undid some of those things that you don't want to tackle, you had an abundance year, because an abundance can be anything, an abundance of smiling, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of gratitude, an abundance of health, abundance of wisdom, abundance of caring, abundance of joy, abundance of love, abundance of prosperity. That's the one everybody wants right now because of, it's been a rough 4 years for quite a few businesses and quite a few people. So that being said, this is our year. So now think back to this year. Think back, how many hurdles did we balance? How many hurdles did we walk away from? How many hurdles did we just all of a sudden decide, you know what, enough's enough and I'm ripping off that Band-Aid? How many? What does Kiara have to say? I didn't know anything about this being an abundance year until about 2 months ago, but I definitely have been abundant. Yes, most of us didn't even know, but yes, Kiara, I passed my class. Yes, you did, with flying colors. So we are, if you did know that it was an abundance, you still have. This is why I wanted to do this one now, because you still have several weeks. Make it count. Make it so that if you have trouble with somebody or you have an event that you can't stand. Remember we talked about the party last week. Going to the party. You don't really want to go to the party because you haven't but able to balance with these people, and you just don't want to see them. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to be frustrated. You don't want to be angry with these people because they just shout their mouth, and then, here we go. So here's how we need to clear this. So how is it? Saying, listen, when we get together, I don't need to hear the rhetoric. I don't. It's okay. You do you, boo-boo, and I do me, right? And now you've ripped off that bandage. It's just that simple. Forgive me for my part that you thought I was being negative, or if I was, then I'm truly sorry that I did that. My interpretation was. It's very easy. These words, just practice them in the mirror. Practice them looking at yourself and just say it. I'm really sorry for my part. I'm really sorry it didn't go so good. I'm really sorry that, we have, she passed your class. Yes, see, you passed your class and you're graduating. That is an abundance. It's abundance of knowledge, abundance of happiness, abundance of cheer. You did it, girlfriend. You didn't even know about it, and you did it. So this is what we're saying. Congratulate yourself. Pat yourself in the back for going through the hurdles of 2024. These years have been really struggling, these 4 years. So pat yourself in the back because the abundance is here. Maybe you want a certain Christmas gift. There's your abundance that you waited for the last how many months, and you knew that somehow or other you're going to manifest that people got that for you, right? Sometimes in my family, if I know that there is like a big item that is expensive, then at that point, everybody gathers in to get that person that gift. It's that easy. It is a manifesting, but you can help it come along. I want to travel around the world. Well, Kiara, then you travel around the world, baby girl. You find that help and you tell people in your life, whoever it is, this is what I want to do. We manifest it. We write it down. We honor it. On this step, I'm going to have this much money to do it. On this 5th month, I need this much money to do it. How am I going to get the money? Well, and she's so creative. So she's going to make these things, sell them so that she has extra money in her pocket. There are so many different ways to claim an abundance. So many. And there's so many that are just absolutely brilliant. And hold on, folks. I have to push my finger here so I can see because I have my teleprompter up. So anyway, so now we talked about 2024, moving and grooving, coming through, going through the obstacles. And what people don't realize is these moons tug on those energetic events, those energetic tones. That's what we don't understand. And when we don't understand that, then our life can become very wackadoodle-ish. Very wackadoodle-ish. God bless you. So what do? We step back and we decide what is our goal going forward. Kiara has already pressed. She wants to travel around the world. She wants to travel. So if this is what she wants to do, she has to find the roadblocks that are blocking, and then she has to remove these roadblocks one at a time until it just sinks, and now she goes over. MJ, it's not that easy. I know, but it really is. It really is that easy because we just have to gather ourselves enough in order to balance. Balancing is the key of a positive conscious mind. When we balance, not everything is a fight. Not everything is an argument. You can't always get your way, right? Energies. If you believe in zodiacs, Ayurvedics, horoscopes. So in my parameter, in my mentoring, and I told you this is going to be a little bit weird on MJ's show because I'm going to show you a little bit of this energist that MJ does. So when we talk about these things, they're fun, right? Oh, they're just fun in games. They're in the newspaper. They're just fun. Well, if they're just fun, how come there are some people, if they're just fun, they religiously read them every single day? They even have them emailed if they're just fun, right? Is it just fun because you want to see how it correlates? Is it just fun because you think it's a game? But then when you're like, oh my God, look at this, then it's not a game anymore, right? It becomes a reality of energy. Energy is sourced through quantum physics. That is how we get, it is underlining of spooky back to spooky relative energy of the theory that Einstein brings out. He couldn't explain it, but it was just the spooky logic laws of theory. And though it was happening, it was weird how it was happening. No tarot cards. Take that off my thing. No tarot cards. No, I don't do tarot cards. Long story, I'll tell you someday. No tarot cards. Tarot cards are very limiting to 78 choices. Why would I want to limit somebody to 78 choices when my clairvoyance, my claircognizant, my clair everything, my divine clairs are giving more choices than 78 cards? Be careful. Be mindful who you go to. Be mindful with those. And I know people are going to back out at me, but that's my truth. It's my belief system that those cards from the beginning have been tainted by ill will and by greed. So be careful with tarot cards out there. No, I don't do them. People can, but not me. Yeah. So getting back to where we were with the moons. So the zodiacs and horoscopes, these horoscopes and out there, do yourself a favor. When you find your horoscope, look at the negative sides and start clearing those patterns. In other words, people don't realize, but I'm a Capricorn. So being a Capricorn, one of my biggest things is I'm a giver. I'm an overgiver to the point where it hurts me. I had to stop that. And that's hard. That's who I am. I used to give. And then I got myself in trouble with my own clothes, my own money. I got myself so far down. Man, when you're making $200,000 a year and you have a dime to your name, there's a problem. Yeah. Big problem. Money didn't really mean anything to me. It always came easy. And what I do, I always gave it away. Well, that's a hard lesson to learn, right? Because every time you're giving it away, now what are you going to do? So I think Divine was like, MJ, no, pushed it into now to where I don't make that. So now I have to learn how to smile and how to do other things, especially at Christmas. Why? Because here at Christmas, everybody wants to give. And Capricorns who are givers, right? They want to figure this out. And that's what the other half, when Miss Kara comes on, that's what we're going to talk about. But in this little episode, I have to go to break. And then we're going to talk about the Gemini cold full moon. What so goodies comes with that? So we're going to go to our first little Christmas jingle. And it sounds like my boy H is playing my tune. So let's take a royalty-free Christmas music. Let's do it. We are back. We are back. We are back. So, okay. So I'm going to try to get through the lessons of the moon so we all can now ravel every time a new moon or a full moon comes. So the Gemini full moon happened on December the 15th. All those planets became in alignment. It signals a time for self-introspection and endings of what no longer serves a purpose. For some zodiac signs, this lunar event brings significant change and opportunities of releasing these old patterns and embracing transformative change. We talked about this. Release what no longer serves a purpose, and change will be in your favor. The calmer, the more happier that you are, is the energies that you are going to pull in. The full moon is called the cold moon. It's an important celestial event for us in December towards the end of the year. Due to its celestial position of our Earth's orbit around the sun, the moon will be visible full at night throughout the weekend, making the longest full moon event in a total lunar cycle. Did you know that? The full moon in December is called by different names in different parts of the world. Because as we all know, we have Hanukkah, we have Christmas, we have Kwanzaa, we have so many different, we have Dadada. We have so many religions out there that celebrate this phenomenal long lunar cycle and new moon that they're called multiple things. Some of them you'll hear as the Yule moon or the Oak moon. The Dada, I just told you, for the Datiari, which is the Janati festival of the moon. The Kathariki, which is the Deep Palm Festival moon. And the Mainz Farmer Almanac calls it the cold moon because it occurs closer to the winter solstice, giving long and cold winter nights. As the full moon closes into the winter solstice, it'll be the long night moon. The plane of the moon's orbit around the sun nearly matches the plane of the Earth's orbit around the sun. What? I'm going to say it again. The plane of the moon's orbit around the Earth matches the plane's Earth orbit around the sun. It's preposterous, but it's the truth. And when the plane of the sun appears lowest in the sky for the year, that path of that full moon is opposite of the sun, and it appears in its highest point. It is labeled the cold moon by the Mohawks because it is the time of the year when it's getting the coldest outside. Sometimes referred to as the Christmas moon because it is the longest moon, as Mary and Joseph walked, right? It is also the long moon night. So it's also called long night moon or long moon night, as it rises during the longest nights of the year. As we get closer and closer to the 21st, if you haven't noticed, your days get shorter, your nights get longer. So the other names, here we go. And these are by Indians. So like the Crees. So the nationals of the Crees, they call it the drift clearing moon, the frost exploding tree moon, the horror frost moon. Now you can go to the Oglala tribe, and they call it the moon of the popping trees. Now I wonder why, right? If you live in the north or you live up here where it's cold, some of these make sense because these trees break, they snap. So some of them you're like, yeah, I can see that. The Cherokees call it the snow moon. The Western Abenaki tribe, they call it the winter maker moon. The Dakota tribe is the moon when the deer shed their antlers. And the Anishinaabe tribe is the little spirit moon. So our beautiful moon out there is so bright. And so it is the brightest, but it's not a super moon. Wait till you see next month, in 4 weeks, we'll have what we call the super moons. And there's going to be a trail of them. They'll be mind-boggling. Get your cameras ready because it'll look like the moon is overtaking the earth. They're going to be so big. This moon, though, in Data, which I specialize in Hindu gods, and Data in the full moon corresponds to this and is the common rite of the birth of the Hindu god Dayatri, or we call her Data, D-A-T-T-A. And it falls on the moon of the Magagashi. It's the Hindu calendar. But what is so unique about this is where it's going to rise and set on the horizon, rising and setting mostly northernly and southerly. I said it. We said it earlier. We're going to say it again. And it positions itself right on the horizon. So to see this beautiful thing, you're going to want to really look more northeastern and southwestern, right? Because we have things that rise and fall in the east, and then they fall in the west. So you want to look more northernly and more southerly. So you'll be able to see how big these are. It's a unique time to rise and set in the horizon, rising and setting all mostly northern and southern. It's a phenomenon that can only occur every 18.6 years. Not kidding. So you need to see it, because on a full moon, even though it was last night at it was yesterday at 4:02 a.m. in the morning, it hit its peak. You have up to 36 hours prior and or 36 hours after to equate the energy of that moon. Every 18.6 years. So if you forget, set your alarm in your phone for 18.6 years, and you'll now see how our moon rises northernly and sets southerly. It's a phenomena. It's really cool. And if you were out there, that bright light of the moon will make those stars harder to see. However, the other phenomena that has been happening is the Gemini meteor showers, which is also bringing a wave of energy through our atmosphere. It peaks on December the 23rd or December 13th, and it had spit out over 100, some claim 100, some claim 150 shooting stars an hour. All you had to do was look up. From 9 o'clock to midnight, just look up in the sky, and they were shooting like crazy. So make those wishes, get them out there, and they're still up there. The asteroid is known as the 3200 Fathom, and it's responsible for these meteor showers. The shower is so unique because it derives from an asteroid, which the asteroid is the 3200 phenomena, where most of the meteor showers come, and it breaks up into comets. So you see the meteors into comets and then into the shooting stars. And then, of course, they land here on Earth. Some of them land somewhere else, or some of them just fly in orbit, and around and around and around we go. NASA stated that the Gemini showers is considered that is one of the best opportunities for the young viewers, since the shower does start about 9 or 10 o'clock at night and it's not in the middle of the night, that it is going to be on a nightly basis. So get out there. Now, remember I told you sometimes the energies, then this is the Gemini full moon. So let's talk that really quick, and then we're going to have to take a break. So in the Gemini full moon, Geminis they're always on a teeter-totter. You never know which one you're going to get, right? And they're teetering because they have to play in their mind the energies that they're balancing. So when we do this, in this energy, the Geminis are going to win in this energy, because this energy is just what they love, right? Clearing the complications, balancing it out so that they're not so much like this. And so they are going to strive. If you have a Gemini in your family, normally the end of May, beginning of June is those Geminis. And if you have those babies in your family, they'll be flying, they'll be rocking it, they'll be happy. This is their time. This 2 weeks is their moment to shine like no tomorrow. But now there's 3 zodiacs within this energy that are going to be saying goodbye. Yeah, saying goodbye. First one is Cancer. You're going to be saying goodbye to you're going to be facing your self-sabotaging. You're going to say goodbye to your self-sabotaging. Cancer's most profound hidden parts are brought by a light during the Gemini full moon. During that time, you're encouraged to face any harmful habits or negative thoughts that have influenced your actions. If you've been clinging to old patterns and letting your fear guide your choices, then this is the perfect moment in time to let go and move forward. That Gemini is going to help you embrace this. So through your self-reflection and you're addressing unresolved emotions, this water sign can feel more empowered, becoming authentic versions of themselves, and letting that full moon energy be the catalyst for your spiritual healing and self-discovery. You go, you Cancers. I love it. Sagittarians, here's another let go. For you, for this zodiac sign, it's turning darkness into light. Sagittarians, that Gemini full moon activates and makes your transformation sector, asking you to confront deep-seated fears, resentments, or grief lingering in the recessions. Acknowledging and processing your shadows can transmute dark into wisdom and strength. Use this lunar moment to shed what no longer serves you and emerge renewed. Transformation can be challenging, but essential for your next growth phase. Balance your trials and tribulations. The truth of action will set you free. Apologize profoundly. Assist to heal the broken. Love unconditionally. And change your conditioned patterns from your ego's truth. Wow, that's big, Sag. So Sages, this 2 weeks might be really, if you know a Sag, and these next 2 weeks, even the Cancers, these to say goodbye to something after you've inhaled this energy for so long, it's troublesome. It can be, or it could be the most liberating thing, because once you decide to let go of something, there's tears, there's sadness, right? It's kind of like the death of something, right? Our ego is trained to cry over the death of something. And our egos are trained by condition of man not to let go once you have it. So having these, they're hard. They're hard to let go. Reach out. But this is how the energies are going to affect these three. And the last one is the Capricorn. So we have the Cancer, the Sagittarians, and now the Capricorn. These are the three zodiacs in this moon, this full cold moon, that are going to let go. And it's going to force you to let go. So listen up. Capricorn, you're going to be setting boundaries. It's funny. I'm Capricorn. I told you. And I started about a week or so ago. No, stay out. These are my boundaries, not yours, my boundaries. So nobody's allowed to push back on your boundaries. If you have your boundaries, they're set for a reason. Now, remember, if you're going to set your boundaries, right, there's also going to be a consequence, right? Because an action always has a reaction, right? Or your choice has somebody else's choice. So make sure when you're setting your boundaries, you understand wholeheartedly what's happening. My boundaries are, all right, that I started setting about a week or two ago was, let no man ridicule me, let no man step before me, and let no man take what I've earned. These are my boundaries. I will give you everything else, and I'll help you and I'll assist you. But when that energy infiltrates and it's a lower energy than I can take, I'm going to step back gracefully. With grace and with humility, I will smile and just step back and let you be you. I don't need to be involved. So that was me. But here, this is what they said. As Capricorn setting boundaries, the Gemini full moon highlights Capricorn's daily routines and time management. This lunation asks you to evaluate how you've been spending your time and energy. Does it coincide with your long-term goals? It's time to set boundaries and let go of draining commitments and communication. Draining. By focusing on what matters and reorganizing your schedule, you'll set yourself up for success. This is your permission slip to stop wasting time on what drains you the most and start living with more discipline and purpose. Sounds serious, right? Going to give you 3 of the luckiest zodiacs during this moon. You're lucky, lucky, lucky. Here you go. Aries. You Aries, you're one of the luckies. Your life feels lighter. Right at the end of 2024, Aries stumbles upon surprising luck. An ongoing Chiron retrograde finally ends in their sign on December the 29th. This healer asteroid has uncovered painful wounds, memories, and self-defeating beliefs. Making sense of these scattered, profound observations and challenging self-identifying moments. It's been difficult. However, with Chiron stationing direct, Aries feels liberated from the chains that have been holding them back. They are ready to validate their needs and take ownership of their life path rather than wait for others to see their worth. They're trailblazing towards hopeful horizons, as Aries does as well. I love Aries. Aries is a good one. And Capricorn, again, feeling worthy. These are the luckiest. Capricorn with romantic Venus. Woohoo! Entering Capricorn on November the 11th, 2024, Capricorn finds expansion in their love life. Platonic relationships grows as well. There's a social buzz in the air, allowing Capricorn to feel seen, supported, and adored by others. Commitments emerge, bringing improved connections, self-esteem, and overall well-being. Expansion continues as their birthday season arrives on December the 21st, the longest day of the year. Okay, here it is. Who knows what's on December 21st? Tell me in the thing. What happens on December the 21st for everybody? I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what nationality. I don't care what color. I don't care what gender. What happens? Anybody want to put it on the thing? What happens on December the 21st? Nobody? Well, when somebody gets it, you can look on a calendar. There's the hint. Look on a calendar. Come on, with over 50 people watching and listening, somebody has to know what happens on December the 21st. I'll give you a hint. It's a solstice. Which solstice is it? Anybody? Yes, there you go. Tracer rounds. Hey, that's me. Woo! Yes, it is the winter solstice. This one goes to Tracer rounds. That's Terry on Tuesday nights. It is the winter solstice. It is also the longest, coldest day of the year. But we say hello to 2024 Capricorn season. During that time, Capricorn's conscious desires align with their proactive actions and intentions, leading to meaningful breakthroughs. Shining bright, taking up space, and celebrating their anatomy comes naturally. And the last lucky people in this is Pisces. Pisces, you are going to see more clearly. This is not a song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. There's another sticker. Who knows that song? I can see clearly now. If you know the song, tell me the artist and you get a sticker. Who's the artist of I Can See Clearly Now? There's another sticker going out the door. Pisces being to see more clearly on December the 7th, finishing 2024 with a sharp burst of clarity. You know more than you think. Neptune retrograde ends emotional processing when it tracks backward into the cosmos. Our energy, actions, and timely can feel off as the boundaries and reality blur. Therefore, with Neptune stationing direct in the sign, Pisces feels relief. They are able to articulate their needs, understand their inner motivations, and move the rose-colored glasses that once adorned and left them deluged. Prioritizing self-compassion, this zodiac finishes the 2024 in the seal of self-approval and love. So there you go. There are 6 zodiacs, the best, the bad, and the, what is that? Johnny Nash. Yes, who said that? Who said that? They get a sticker. Who is it? Come on. Tracer rounds, winter solstice, MBR talk, Johnny Nash. Oh, it was H Train. H got it. H for the win. H Train for the win. There you go. Now I have. Okay. So that's 3. But we got to go to break. We're going to go to break. We're going to see if Miss Kiara can come in a little bit earlier on this break. And then we will be back with some more about this beautiful moon and the energies of the moon and how it makes us feel. And then from there, we'll have Miss Kiara and we'll talk about Christmas. So let's go to break. Let's play another festive little, oh no, I really like this third sound. So we're going to head out, going into the light.
but I'll never know until I walk into the light.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Walk into the light. I love that song by Third Class. I'm telling you, go to Spotify, go to Apple, get their song downloaded, make these artisans so freaking happy and joyful, and honor them by knowing that you tagged their music or you liked it. And that just keeps helping their ratings and get better and better and come onto stations and get it played because there's a message. There's always a message. That's what I love about music. There's always such a beautiful message that inhales. So karma is very real. If you watched my intro for this show, there was something that I posted that said karma is very real. On December the 15th, which was yesterday, the stars all aligned. Remember you heard me say that? It is the luckiest day of the year yesterday. So figure it out. And it has a 24-hour reign before and after. Remember I said you always have that 24 hours before, 24 hours after, right? It's still in alignment. You still have the energy. But you probably already realized, too, that Mercury is in retrograde. So if your equipment starts to fail, or you're like, who turned that off? Or any type of electronic issue, Mercury is in retrograde. So don't try too much. Just reboot it, turn it off, reset. People who are high electrical bound or high vibrations with electromagnetic frequency, you might have an effect on some electronics, believe it or not. People don't believe it. I didn't believe it when they told me. I didn't believe it for years. And they're like, MJ, every time you come to my yoga studio, you mess up my music. I was like, how dare you blame me for messing your music? And everybody in the studio were like, no, MJ, serious. You're whatever it is. And then I got a quick lesson about frequencies of people's bodies. Yes. There are some people that frequencies, as you vibe into a higher step into enlightenment, yes, your frequencies are going to change and they are going to disrupt some of your patterns. Hence, I always have phone issues, computer issues. I just laugh it off now. It's just kind of one of those things. So if you're one of them, right, be aware, because when Mercury is in retrograde, that's when it's very apparent. See how beautiful our energy works with our earth? I love it. People don't understand how the energy affects them, how the energy can be so profound in their life. And it does. It pulls on those electrical strings that are attached. I originally posted up on my site how frequencies, everything in life has a frequency, everything. I don't care. A chair will have a frequency. What you eat has frequency. What you listen to, the fans, the air, everything has frequency. So when that happens, then we have to honor just that. We have to honor those frequencies. We have to honor who we are. And we have to honor the abilities that we have with it, whether they're negative or positive, right? Me shutting down people's electrics in their studio. Well, then I just don't go. Or I'll wear shungite. Shungite, Shungite. The best, in my opinion, gift you can give anybody right now. It's called shungite. In fact, I'm going to write it. I'm going to write it up here. Shungite. Go get it. Go get it as a necklace. Go get it as a bracelet. Go get it as a nugget. Go get it. Shungite is the only stone or material found in Earth. It's only in Russia. And you'll know because they use them in the walls of MRIs. They block electromagnetic frequencies or electromagnetic rays. such as MRI, so that those electric magnets do not hit people. So they block them. People today are getting migraines. People today are getting different types of sorry, I just had a brain fart. Electromagnetic rays. I forgot where I was going with it. Way too many distractions. I have H writing to me. Oh, good morning, smiles in the background. I have my husband who walked in. I have way too many distractions. I'm one of those people who are visually stimulated. Yes. And I have to know. I'm a knower, right? Why and a how. So let me go back. Electromagnetic frequencies will, especially with 5G. I don't know if anybody knows this, but now it's going to go to 6G here real soon. And what's happening, people are getting tinnitus in their ears. They're ringing. People are getting headaches. People are getting dizzy, right? And they have no idea. And then you go to the doctor and they're like, yeah, there's nothing there. And they can't figure it out. But they still have these head traumas, or they think it's a trauma, or they think it's a TBI, or they think, and it's not. It's being caused by the 5G. And if you are in somewhere that you have all this 5G coming at you, I suggest go get shungite and let's see what happens then. Let's see if you wear a shungite pendant, how that affects you, or a bracelet or a necklace. At my house, I take a big pyramid, a shungite pyramid, and I stick it on my Wi-Fi. I have little sticky pads on the backs of my phones. Here, I'll show you. I'll take my teleprompter down to show you. But let me show you what I'm talking about, because this might help alleviate some of you people who are suffering with such pain. See this on the back of my phone right here? It's called a shungite shield, right? It's on the back of my computers. It's on my iPhones. It's on my iTablets. It's on everything that is electronical that can give me a radio wave. I implore you, you can go to crystal shops, gemstone stores. Most of them have them. If you go into gemstones or crystal shops, they will have shungite. If they don't have shungite, you reach back out to MJ, because I got a shit ton in storage, because it is so important to block some of these EMFs, because you will have pain, you will have headaches, you will have migraines, you will have tinnitus in your ears. And it started a long time ago. And if you were one of them and they can't figure out why you still have these, please try it. Just try it. It's not expensive. It's pretty inexpensive considering treatment of medical that would have to go on. And I see my girl Smiles in the studio. So I'm going to take an early break, and then we're going to have some fun with Christmas, okay? So, this is MJ. You're listening to mbradio.us, and this is the world of conscious positive thinking, and we are counting down to Christmas. And here we're going to take a break, and we're going to play a Christmas jingle for you.
Through with this, then I watched the evening news. There were folks that still wouldn't stand for the old red, white, and blue. At first it made me fight and mad how they think that that's okay. Then I thought they just don't understand, and given a chance I'd say, have you ever been there when taps was played, or for a 21-gun salute? Had to hear the words you never want to hear. Have you ever had to face that truth? When a son or daughter didn't come back home to a family so devoted, then you might not disrespect our flag. If you'd ever been handed one folded, mother or a father fall to his knees. Been there when a family got the news that your freedom wasn't free. Have you seen a flag draped coffin? If you did, how did it make you feel? To know a soldier died to give you the right to stand or kneel. Most of us are immigrants, proud to call America home. And I'll stand for the red, white, and blue, even if I gotta stand alone. 'Cause I've been there when taps was playing for a 21-gun salute. I had to hear the words I didn't want to hear. Yeah, I had to face that truth. When a son and daughter didn't come back home to a family so devoted. You never disrespect our flag. If you'd ever been handed one folded, you never disrespect our flag. If you'd ever been handed one folded. One folded.
Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, so that was not a Christmas jingle, but I'm glad that he played it. So if you guys listen to that and you know Waylon Jennings and you went, that voice sounds familiar. It's not Waylon, but it is his son, Way Jennings. And there has been a lot. I don't know about anybody else, but in my life in the last 2 weeks, I have lost probably about 8 people who are very close to me. It's crazy. I said something to my mother. She was here for the weekend with me, trying to get settled into this beautiful house. And she's like, I don't know why. She goes, but every December, there's a lot of loss, a lot of loss. And this morning I woke up and found yet another one that was really special to me. And it's like honor, validate, appreciate with love, with honor and respect. Forgive those who trespass you. Balance the situation and everything that you can do, because there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that tomorrow will exist for the people in your life or yours. And you don't want to relive whatever event that you had to live and you didn't balance it or say you're sorry for your part. You will come back. That's the karma. You will come back and you're going to live all that over again. People who have suicides, you're going to come back and you're going to relive all of this again. I implore you, call, reach out, get help, because you don't want to live through this again. You don't want to live through this turmoil. Those soldiers who cross on the front line for my freedom, I will shed a tear for you and honor you with grace, with humility, with honor, respect, and just be endowed. I appreciate that. So that being said, we have the infamous, the most beautiful smile girl you could ever want to see. She is in our back room. Her name is Kiara Weems. She is on the Smile Show every Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern. She gets up for herself at 5 because she's in North Dakota. I don't know how she does it. I mean, it takes me at least 10 minutes to put a smile on my face in the morning, but she does it. Everybody, I don't know if we have a clap in the a round of applause. We're gonna have Miss Kiara Weems. Woo! Kiara.
Interview of the week sponsored by LTD Tactical.
There she is. There's my beautiful Daisy May.
Good morning. Good morning. Y'all do too much. Y'all having me blush over here. I love y'all so much. I'm just like, stop it. Tell me what else you like about me.
Oh, please. Let me get my nails done next. I told Joel, I want to look as pretty as everybody else. We need makeup and wardrobe. I tell him every time I come on, I'm like, hello, makeup and wardrobe here, right?
You are gorgeous. You don't need no makeup.
But I don't have cute little flowers. Like I don't. Yeah.
You know, I don't even know how. Oh, that's what it was. So, have I told you about the sunflowers?
No.
Like the whole story. Okay, yeah. Quick backstory. 2017, I had just started receiving my care through the VA, and I went inpatient, and they had a little garden, and they're like, you can pretty much plant anything you want to. And I remember growing up, my mom, we used to walk by this sunflower field, and she used to tell me that sunflowers are the only flowers that literally follow the sun. And I was like, let's plant some sunflowers. And I planted sunflowers. And I came back, let's see, that was like a 2-month program. And I came back in like August, and these sunflowers are like 10 feet tall. They still had them out there. And I was just like, so they've been my soul flower ever since.
Well, I love them. They're very sunshiny, sparkly, and they remind me of my hippies.
Thank you. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's been snowing, and so when everybody sees me, they're like, there's sunflower fields over here. So people will love sunflowers. So I didn't know it was like
we got snow last night. We didn't get a lot, but we got enough so that the rabbits who are doing their thing, like they're like. 2 rabbits meet up, and then there's a whole bunch of confuffle, and then 2 rabbits go away. Tracks in the snow. You're like, now I wonder what they were copulating there.
Where the 2 tracks become 1 track.
And then there's a whole bunch of like nothing but like just spread out snow, and then you see 2 other tracks going away. Like, I wonder what happened there. Were they fighting? They're rabbits. I don't think so. They didn't even give my permission in my land to do that. So we're probably, as my husband says, we're going to be bunny parents. I'm like, oh, great.
My mom would have said that would be amazing for, was it bunnies? She said onions and gravy.
Yeah. When I look at the deer on the mainland that way, I'm like, oh my God, Rosemary. I love to cook. There's a lot of things I love to do. I'm not good, but I love to do it. So yeah, one of them is wild game. I like to cook wild game.
Wild game. See, I'm proud of you. Like my husband, I'm so proud of him. So the journey that we're on now, and it takes steps by steps. I didn't realize how North Dakota they're all about their crops and the wild game and all this stuff. And I had mentioned about being vegan and like the looks. They're like, good luck with that. And I'm just like, I'm sorry.
I do me, you do you, boo boo. Yeah. That's all it is, right? No, my father really, God rest his soul. He taught me. He taught me that if I'm gonna hunt it, I'm gonna eat it. I'm not to kill it.
Yes. And my husband loves fishing, and I used to love fishing too. And I was like, well, are you going to make sure we eat it instead of like just being for fun? Like, is that going to be like the only thing we eat? And he just like looked at me, and I'm just like, I'm being serious. Like, you know what I mean? We have so much abundant food. If we're going to hunt, like if you're going to hunt or do any of that, we have to use the whole thing. We don't just get to pick and choose, like I want to go back to like back in the day, So he's just like, okay.
Eat off our land, do it for us, right?
Exactly.
Do it for yourself, and so you know where your food's coming from, and some of our illnesses might cut down. Who knows, right? So, yeah. So I can't say though, Kiara, that I fish and keep all my fish. I don't. I'm a good sportsman with that. I like to fish, but I won't keep them all.
That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I still have that, like, I want to go fishing, but I'm like, no, Kiara.
Some of them are illegal though, so you can't really catch. Like if you catch it, you have to put it back. You can't.
Well, yeah, if it's like the size, yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. I will not keep a billfish. I fish for sport fishing. I won't. Swordfish, billfish, I don't keep them. I throw them all back. I like the challenge. I like the game. I like, because that's what
I was with catfishing. I loved catfishing.
I don't even like catfish. Can I tell you that? I don't like to even eat. I have yet to find a recipe that I go, catfish. Why is that? I don't know why that is, but I can't.
Growing up from San Antonio, I remember that catfish had that fishy taste, but it was like if you fried it. I remember my mom frying it, and like they had hush puppies and then the okra and all that stuff. Fried catfish, and they douse it with hot sauce. That's how they used to eat it.
Yeah, I don't usually eat a lot of fried foods. It's
I think that's why a lot of people fry stuff.
To make it edible. My husband, God love him, this morning he woke up and made pancakes and eggs, right? Because he knew I had to go on. So he made them. And my dog, Biggs, I mean, she's only like this big. Everybody knows. She refused to eat it. I was like, hey. And Auntie goes, what is that? I go, she refused to eat the damn pancake. He goes, well, it sucks for her. I go, exactly. A dog being.
Was she mad at you?
No, she's just being a snoop. And I'm like, well, you know what? Then you go over there and you eat that dog food. That's it.
My husband found out firsthand. We have a little Maltipooch. Her name's Sadie, and we have a boxer. Sadie, she's spicy, man. She's spicy. Ooh, that girl is spicy. And my husband's like, no. I said, I'm not gonna do. Nope. I said, when you come home, he's been home for like a month now. I said, you're taking care of the dogs. I was like, I'm not doing it no more. And he's just like, really, Karen? I was like, I'm not. I'm not.
Put my foot down right.
I am. I was like, she has to know I'm the woman of the house. Like, I'm not doing it.
If anyone's gonna be a bitch around here, I'm the bitch.
I was like, I'm not dealing with it. Like her little butt, when she gets mad, she'll like literally pee and poop like in certain and I'm just like, okay, let's I was patient, and then she'll try to scoot her little butt, and I was like, all right, you know how you just like, I'm not going. And I said, Dylan, you gotta deal with her. And so she's been doing it with him. And I was like, see, I told you. She's mad about something. I mean, I think it's because we don't allow her in the bed anymore. So she's mad.
Yeah. I have one that she, talk about dogs. I want to talk about this. I'm glad you brought dogs up. Or I did, or whatever. But anyway, however we talked about dogs, I got like this epitome the other day. And my dog, she is a service dog. She's a little 2 Yorkie, and she is an emotional support. I've taken her to the hospital for kids, for PTSD vets. I do it when I have my sessions. I take her in as support for them. And she's like, she doesn't like to get picked up. This little 7-pound dog she hates it. I go, but if you are emotional and she senses it, she jumps in your lap. She might lick you in the face, but she's going to jump in your lap for that support. Anyway, long of the short, I had an epiphany because she has gotten so attached to being like, I would take her to work. I take her home. I take like everywhere I would go. There's sometimes I would leave her behind, but now she's like, she's getting there. She's almost 14. And my mother, when I got here, I left her at my mom's to go have dinner. And my mom said that dog was a nervous Nelly. Well, 6 months prior from me leaving Florida, I would leave her at home. And the people who were at my house staying with me, she goes, she is full of anxiety every time that you leave.
Wow.
Major anxiety. And my mom was the same way. She was whimpering, whining. She pee-peed on the floor. She was like, oh my God, she can't. And then I realized, oh my God, everywhere I go here at this home, she's she's right here beside me. She's up my pooch. So then I was like, I would hate to see some of these support dogs and emotional support dogs, what happens to them when the owner dies before them. That they would die with a broken heart. They would die lonely. They would die I'm thinking to myself, man, what has man done again to these poor, beautiful creatures that are there, and they're unconditional love. They are unconditional love. They are, you could forget to take them out. They pee-pee on the floor, and then we yell at them for pee-peeing on the floor because we forgot to take them out, or we couldn't bother to take them out. But then they come back and they love you anyway, even though you yelled at them.
Yep, they do. Like nothing, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right. Yeah. And then it's like I love dogs. Dogs, to me.
I'm a cat person.
You know what? Cats are so.
I love cats.
Cats love me. I could sit there and a cat will jump on me every freaking time. Cats, I don't know what it is with me. It's not that I don't like them, but I have a hard time with cats especially because I love to cook and eat.
Oh, yeah, and they want to jump on the counter and try to. Yeah.
After they just dug into their freaking poo-poo pan, I don't think so. Get off the damn counter. My kids wanted a cat. We called her Pogo. And I had rubber band guns, I think, in every room. The minute they jumped on my shit, it was target practice with the rubber band.
Pow, pow, pew, pew, pew.
And then I have water bottles. If I couldn't find a gun, I had all these water bottles. Some people in my house, they're like, MJ, what the hell? And I'm like, dude, I don't believe in hitting an animal. I don't believe in stuff like that. I believe in positive training. And I go, but cats, they don't listen. Them freakers, they don't listen. They're so like, are you talking to me?
I feel like their cats are like, I don't know. I like the fact dogs are just so they're needy all the time. And it reminds me of me. And I think that's why I'm just like, no, you can't be like me.
Dude, I'm really going to get you a Christmas gift that says I'm the only bitch in this house.
I'm like, you cannot act like me. What is going on? Fiona did the same thing. Fiona's 4 going on. Yeah, she's 4.5. She'll be 5 in no, more than 4. She'll be 5 in February.
Oh,
yeah. Fiona, oh my gosh.
My daughter has 2 vampire cats. They're so expensive, like $5 or $6 grand a piece. And
what are vampire cats?
They're like, they feel like moleskin. Like there's no hair, fur on them. They're constantly
like the little rats.
Yeah, they don't come out unless it's dark. So they have to keep the house dark because it hurts the cat's eyes. They have these big old fangs. They're called vampire cats. Whatever. She loves them.
Like the people who are like allergic to cats.
Well, it didn't help my grandson. My grandson was really bad and so she loves animals. I mean, she would have a damn zoo, that one. My oldest daughter, she used to have a traveling petting zoo. And in the house, we had possums, we had skunks, we had potbelly pigs, we had chameleons, we had, what else did she have? Too crazy. I love her. I go, Ari, you're just crazy in love with God's creatures, because she would have them all in the house. Raccoons. I'm like, oh, she was the one with the horses. My other daughter, she now has 2. My youngest daughter has 2 big dogs. One is a golden doodle. It's like 110 pound, and she has like a pit mix or something that's like 80 pound. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Dogs. So
I have like a 4-pounder and a 72-pounder.
I tell everybody, please don't give an animal as a pet for Christmas unless you really know the person needs that pet or wants it, because There's so many pets that end in the pound by May and June because somebody gave a cat or a dog as a gift. It's not a good gift. It really is not a good gift.
I told my husband, I said, after these 2 dogs, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. No more.
People are out there going, it's a perfect gift, MJ. I get you. I get what you're saying. But if somebody is not an animal person and you give them the animal as a surprise,
that poor baby might not. No.
They're a lot of work, especially as puppies, to take them out all the time, to feed. They're a lot of work. And somebody's like, oh my God, you gave me work to do for Christmas. No.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Especially if that person works, that's more. If they want to come home and relax, not,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think there's better gifts. Make it with your hands. You know what? I have 2 sets of people in my life. I have the goody 2-shoes, and then I have the free-spirited baby, the free-spirited, I love everybody in life. So what do? We make 2 sets of baked goods, right? One that's special and one that's just with love. So we have cookies with love, and then we have cookies with, oh, a lot of
love.
Depends on who you are in my life. Do I give you those baked goods, whether they be brownies, cookies, cakes? Yeah, that's a lot of love, right? Because MJ's got a lot of love to give.
Yes.
But they're fun, and you can make them. I've seen up here. I love it. Every store I've gone into, the baskets at these farm markets. People, if you don't know what to get somebody, go to a local farmer's market. They have such creative baskets. Creative. And they're so beautiful. They're very inexpensive. And some of them are very elaborate and can be very inexpensive. But what they put in them makes the price goes up, obviously. But you can make your own. You know how easy it is to make your own basket? You can make it whatever you want it. You can go and buy jams and jellies and whatever. And it's really inexpensive. So go look at some of those baskets.
Gift giving is my love language. Like I think I acquired that. My sister, my brother tells me I acquired that from my mother. I have been ever since I was young. I would be able to. I listen. And even though you might have just told me your favorite color was, I know yours is cobalt blue and purple with a little bit of purple. So I remember that. So like, and it throws people off guard. I'll go buy something that's cobalt or make something that's cobalt blue and purple, and here you go. And they're, that's me. Like I pay attention to people.
That's awesome. But you know what? Then you can never go wrong. No. Really, how can you go wrong when you really understand? That's why I always tell people, buy throughout the year. I used to literally on the 26th, I was buying for the next year. Yeah. My problem was I got too old and I couldn't remember where the hell I put things. So I had to stop. Like I'm like MJ. But now that the kids are older, I don't have to remember. I don't have to hide them. I now have a closet that is, these are for Christmas gifts. And I put the names on them because it's like you know that person so well. When you see it, you're like, oh my God, they would love this. It's them. It's them. Okay, so maybe it's out of the budget a little bit, but you have 12 months. It's not like you're trying to buy for 20 people in 30 days. That's
exactly. And that's my problem. So God has been teaching me money habits because I am that person. Like, I don't care how many times I buy you a gift. Like, I have to buy, if you pop in my head, I have to buy you that gift. And by the end of the year or by the end of the month, my husband's looking at me crazy. Not really crazy. He's just looking at me like, here. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I'll try better next month. I'm sorry. And so I have been learning, okay, I can't buy every single person a gift, especially not at this moment. What can I do as collectively as a family, or how can I make this work? It's what I've been doing. And I've picked up a habit, which is, it's a good habit. as long as I'm able to stay focused and understand, okay, I got this project to do and not spend more than what I'm supposed to do on that project. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
I actually made this. My daughter, she's like, Mama, make me one. And so if any of my neighbors are listening, you're going to know what you're about to get. What's today? Today's Monday.
Okay, hold your ears shut for a second.
Yeah, close your eyes for like 2 seconds. So I made this, and this is so inexpensive. I had bought the wire from Hobby Lobby. It was like $1 and some change, like a few months ago, and I just bought the ribbon from Joann's. It was like they had like recently they had a buy one get 3. So I'm learning how to thrift shop and be able to do that. I love doing gift baskets. So God is showing me if I'm able to thrift instead of, some things can be expensive. Some things you just can't, like.
So then you go to twice as good stores, right? Like
Yes.
Simon, twice as good, right?
Exactly. So learning how to budget and still bring the joy and the happiness to people, putting that smile on their faces. I love seeing people smile. That's just, get such
you're
a
creative.
high
Look
from it.
behind you. Look at all the creative stuff that you did behind
Yeah,
you.
I did. My husband actually, he wouldn't touch the tree. He wouldn't touch anything. He's like, you're doing it. And so it took me a while, but I understand now why he was just like, I would have never pulled anything off like that. He showed it to my dad and he's like, your house is a showcase room. So my husband was like, here, put the tree behind you. Go downstairs. I was like,
oh, it's beautiful. I agree with him. It is very beautiful. Even your wreaths are beautiful, very creative. But I think in life that if something like you, who has that amount of talent, you could do easy things. Like I'm thinking in my life, what can I do as a retiree? So if I was your talent, I'd be like, hey, DIY, make your own candy cane. Hey, DIY, make your own wreath, and have these little classes of like maybe up to 10 people. And then it would be so much fun. And then you would have, the gathering of people and the talking with people. And then you would have all the fun that you have normally making it by yourself. And now you're helping people create that smile, that beautiful smile, and that beautiful, yep. And look what I just did. That's how I felt when I made my first necklace. Like, I'm not creative at all. And I went in there with going, we're going to try this. I don't know, but we're going to try it. And it's like, it became one of my most beautiful relics that I wear in ceremony. And I loved it. And it was like people like you who are so gifted that was able to teach me, who is not creatively gifted.
I feel like you are. Like it's just like
girlfriend. I have to pull out a picture. When I was pregnant, all I wanted was mommy and me clothes, right? So you're pregnant with my second child. So I wanted my first child and me to match as I was pregnant with my next child. Dude, I looked at my mom. I go, there's something wrong with this pattern. And she's looking at me. And my sister and I were pregnant at the same time. And she's like, what's the matter? And I held up what was supposed to be the waist. I'm like, something ain't right. And the way I can't even put my hands. It was like 30 something inches. Like,
oh, so you had
she looks at it. She goes, I think that's the pant leg. I think. And I'm like, what? She goes, rip all that out. She goes, let's just rip all this out. And I'm thinking it must have been that big because of the belly. And I'm thinking, oh, that can't be right. That small area because I'm pregnant. So I did not get the gene of that creative. No.
I feel, it's funny. My sister was.
I tried to get an apple from downstairs.
There's an apple upstairs. Oh, no, it's not. She's like, I'm trying to get an apple from downstairs. Mama, I'm back. She's so cute.
Aware.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Like the Terminator, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I'll be back.
Anyway, like interior design, I can visualize things. Like I can put pieces together and visual, like interior design I can do. But and that's about as creative as I could be. That yeah. Nope.
You know, my sister was making fun of me because I didn't know I could, I was watching YouTube one day and I just seen this sunflower. I love sunflower. I wanted to make a sunflower. And I was just like looking at all the videos and I was just like, oh, this is so cool. And like I didn't know I could do that. And my sister was making fun of me and she was like, you remind me of one of our aunts. Her name's Aunt Rose. She's not living right now, but she's like, that's who you are. And I started laughing because all of the women in our family are artistic in some kind of way. Yeah. You know, my mom she painted, she was a decorator. She did all of that. She baked cakes, cookies, pies. My aunt, they did all the stuff. My other aunt, she could put the clothes. She used to get the patterns and sew and do all that. And so, you know, it's nice to have a platform. I shouldn't say a platform, but a space to be able to be creative or to find yourself in what you do instead of always in that survival mode. Yeah. You know, I thank God every day for where I am to even have what I have. It didn't come easy. I thank my husband for even allowing me to have this space, you know, for me to be able to relax. You know, it's nice, but at the same time, it's scary because the back of my mind, it's like always like, is there something that's going to happen, you know? And that's just being on that survival mode for so long. But we're breaking that cycle. We're breaking all, we're just breaking stuff. We're breaking stuff. And it's nice. It's nice to be able to breathe. Yeah. And it's nice.
You know, I always tell people too, if you are any type of, like goes into my realm, if you're a healer of any type, if you are, give some of your services, maybe instead of an hour Reiki, give a half hour Reiki, right? You might think there's people out there that you know that are your friends. They'll even take that because it's something that you have that they don't, or it's something that you can utilize that they don't. I give free Dr. Rifes in some of my things for my friends, you know, and my people. It's like, here, get a session, heal this, right? Because healing becomes something that is a gift that they will have for eternal, right? It's always giving. So I like to find gifts that they're always giving. Like I go to people's houses, and when I still see that same object from 10, 12, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, I'm like, damn, I nailed it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I nailed it. You really have to like it, because if not, it wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Yes. And you know, they didn't put it up because it's dusty as hell. So you're like, yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, my sister just told me the other day, she's like, you know, I forget that sometimes I even, like, my friends will be like, I still have this. And I'm like, I got you that. And they're like, yes, you got me that. And I'm like, oh. Years and years ago, and I'm just like, oh, okay, you know, we did it. Yep, we did it.
Yeah. So there's a note. I don't know what this means. It popped up. Joel, are you still there? Do you see the note? Hold on, folks. If you are on X or Twitter, it says we're having trouble streaming.
Yeah, I'm working on it now.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, folks, I'm so sorry if you were on there. You need to get into something else like YouTube or Facebook or our app.
It's fixed.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So that being said, how about we take a break and then we'll come back and we're going to talk more about different gifts that we can take. You're listening to MJ on the World of Conscious Positive Thinking with our beautiful guests, How? There. Nope. Nope. There. Nope. There. Nope. Oh, I can't. There it is. It's Kiara Weems of the Smile Show. All right, we'll be right back, folks. I'm going to pick it. I love my new music. Okay, we're back at the world of conscious positive thinking. We are here on mbradio.us, where it is the channel that gives veterans a voice. So today our guest is the Kiara Weems of the Smile Show. That happens on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. Eastern. So, Kiara.
Yes, ma'am.
You are one with all your little jokes. I want to do some Christmas jokes.
Okay.
Do you have Christmas jokes that you want to send out?
Let me see. I'm gonna have to pull this up. Let's see if I have
let's do some Christmas jollies. I figured you would have a whole bunch of them.
I should. Let's let me pull some up. Let's do I'm not even gonna do that one. That one's pretty funny. What do you call Santa when he stops moving?
What do you call Santa when he stops moving? A bag full of Dolly.
All Saints stick.
Santa paws.
What's a vegan's favorite Christmas song? You're a vegan, so what's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, I don't know. That's a hard one.
Really?
What is my favorite Christmas song?
Would it be Soy to the world. You get that one? I got another one for you. What did Frosty's girlfriend give him when he was mad at him? What did Frosty the Snowman's girlfriend give him when she was mad at him?
I don't know. Joel, you know this one?
A snow job?
Oh! Well, she was mad at him, so I don't think she got that. I don't think he got that. However, he might have gotten the cold shoulder.
Wow.
I want the record to show that I think my answer was totally better, but
I think most people would like that on the testosterone side, but on the feminine side, we gave you the cold shoulder.
So since we're so backing into hi Amber, and says, why does Santa have 3 gardens?
Why?
So he can ho ho ho.
It's the hose. I'm telling you, the hoes are winning today. What did the ginger man use when they break their legs? What do gingerbread men use when they break their legs?
Cream.
No, they use Candy's cane.
Oh man!
Got any? You got any?
What's Santa's favorite pizza topping?
Wait, let me go through them. Pepper bells.
That's really good. Jolly Pinos.
Okay. What do donkeys send out near Christmas?
What do donkeys sound out for Christmas?
What do donkeys send out near Christmas?
I don't know.
Yuletide.
What is that? What?
You get it? Yuletide, Muletide. Come on.
What? I don't even know what Yuletide.
Huh?
What is Yule? What?
You know, Yuletide carols run by. No. Yule. Yule.
I think I've seen that word before, but I don't think I've ever.
It's the Yule, like the Yule log. It's the Yuletide. It's thou shalt glimmer with Yule and greetings. You ever heard Yule?
No.
Okay, next. What did the snowman?
Oh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Why do Christmas trees always look so fresh? Because they're pining for attention.
Oh. Ba-da-bum. What did the snowman ask Santa for Christmas?
What did the snowman ask Santa for Christmas?
Come on, Joel. This one's yours.
Is it the snow job? Oh.
Not a snow job.
Oh.
Well, gosh, she took my answer. I was going to say snow job. Tell a joke with the answer of the snow job so we all can be happy today.
So he asked for a bigger carrot. But then what did the snowman say to the aggressive bigger carrot?
Are you going to
get out
eat
of my
that?
face?
Get out. Wow.
What do you call an old snowman? Since we're on them jokes now. Come on. What do you call an old snowman?
An old snowman.
A glacier?
Oh, you're close. You're close. Anybody want a sticker? What do you call an old snowman?
An
igloo.
Nope, you're getting there.
Water?
Yeah! Ding, 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 ding.
That was actually a good one.
Let me drink my old snowman right now. Oh my god, it tastes like carrots.
What about the coal? Y'all are forgetting the coal.
The coal.
Carrots and coal.
Coal. I don't have anything with coal, man. I don't have anything about coal.
Okay, since you're doing snowman jokes, what do snowmen eat for breakfast?
Chocolate bunnies.
Frosted Flakes.
See, I think people should get joke books.
Yes.
For
We
Christmas.
need to laugh more.
What did he say?
We need to laugh more.
Yeah, I think that's what people need, because every time you turn around, it's always dreadful news. Now we have drones. How dreadful. You know what? Here's my drone. Everyone want my opinion on the drones?
Yes.
Okay. My opinions on the drones. I think, because think about it. The government's really not making a hoodoo about it. And the only ones who are making a hoodoo about it are the ones because they're getting pushed to make a hoodoo about it. But I don't believe with our military that could be infiltrated that much. I could be wrong. I mean, look at 9/11, but I don't believe so. And if it was, why isn't our enemies or our DOD, on it? Which makes me believe that these big drones are part of, because look at the places that they're at, the heavier populations, right? Heavy populations. I think they are part of like an Amazon getting ready to deliver their packages by them. I think they are other substitutions for delivery aspects. That's just my thought of positive consciousness. I think that it is something that they have to use to invent, but they have to be able to do it in different climates, different weather, different approaches. And the only way to test it is at night. You don't see them during the day. You only see them at night. So then you have those people who very randomly are like, what is that? What is that? Kind of like UFO sightings, right? Where are they supposed to test them? I don't know. I think our government does know about it, but I think that it's not a worrisome thing. I think it's an evolvement into the next evolution of, I mean, let's just face it, drones are going to just be part of our life. They're even making the drones now that you sit in them instead of cars. You're flying. So can't wait for that happy mess, right? Of crashing or drunk flying or like, it's coming. It's coming to an airspace near you. That's my thing.
People run out of gas now. It just imagine them running out of gas in the air. Shoot. My car can make it. Are you that person? Are you, my car can make it, or are you filling up when your car is half?
So by watching the Jetsons, when they ran out of gas, their whole thing just tipped upside down. And then it just kind of floated there. Like, maybe that's going to happen. I don't know.
I hope that sounds like more, yeah. I'd rather just float upside down than completely fall out the sky.
Oh, I could go, but we can't. So, what is green covered in Christmas lights?
Look, speaking
and
of
Christmas bulbs, and goes ribbit. What is that? Look at that snowman.
It was too big. It was too big. So this is like, I made this. You're talking about so I have to find a wreath that's this big instead of.
Can't you glue it to the sides without a wreath? Like, can't you?
Well, I can. They have like little holes that you can like put like zip ties through. I don't know. I told my husband that I could probably still use them, but at the same time, I feel like it hides a lot, you know.
You know the song "Secret Agent Man"? Maybe it's like
I kind of agree with the covering his eyes a little bit. He looks like an angry bird.
Yeah,
an angry bird.
An angry bird. You have to angle it just right.
Secret Agent Snowman with the double eyes. Oh, there's the smile.
I can hear the song, The Secret Agent, like the pew 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 007 kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I can.
Angry Bird.
Secret Agent Man.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I have another. Do you want to give a trivial for another one?
Yes.
I said I was going to give 4 a show, so this is the last one.
Let's see.
For a sticker.
What? I told y'all what MJ's favorite colors were. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember?
That's hard.
See, when I said I got it. Yep.
Got to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. That is it. If anybody wants to DM, write in the first one who does it. What is my favorite color? I bet you can't guess.
And it's so funny because it's like literally in plain sight, guys.
Does tie-dye count?
Which one? What did you say, Joel?
I said does tie-dye count because I'm somewhat colorblind, but I know it's tie-dye.
Well, yes, because the 2 that she talked about, almost all my tie-dyes are those colors.
So I guess Tracer said, oh.
Yeah, I was going to say that same thing too.
They said blue, and then Amber said purple or blue. But what kind of blue, guys? Y'all can't just say blue. What kind of blue?
Baby girl, what's my favorite color? She'll know.
What's MJ's favorite color?
She's like, I don't know. I just woke up.
Did you hear? She said, come here, say it again. You gotta say it loud. You gotta say it, speak it in the speaker. Say it louder.
Blue.
Yay!
Blue. That's right. All right, Amber, because Amber is actually right. It is purple and blue together. It's a mix. It's I do what they say is godly purple and cobalt blue for the heavens. Yes, that mixes on almost every tie-dye that I have, Joel. You are absolutely right on that one too. Man, you guys know me all too well. I like that. There's nothing for guessing on MJ. She's pretty much what you see is what you
open book. That's right.
So, in speaking of that, I want to make the tarot card. You made a comment about the tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, I had this download, and
hold on, sweet baby.
Where's Daddy?
He's outside.
So, in one of it showed me like this huge. I want to make a book, but I don't know how to do books, and English language is the worst language for me. Because I am science and math. I mean, that's me, science and math. Literature, grammar, English. Oh, not so good. Not so good. MJ, you know where you're good and where you're not good, right? So every time somebody goes, MJ, you really need to write a book about your life, and I'm like, that's not gonna happen. I said maybe I can make like a visual book, like a video book or something, and I can, by chapters. So that's kind of where we went, because I don't know anything about writing a book or publishing, and like I just don't. And then they're like, oh, well, you could have a ghostwriter, or you could have somebody who writes it for you, or whatever they call those people. And I'm like, but when I have to read what they wrote, That's the issue, right? I can't let somebody else interpret my life. I would have to read it to make sure that they got it. And I was like, and who's going to read that? Because MJ not going to read that. Why would MJ read that? Issues, right? We have issues. So now we have something called Otter. And so Otter, I can talk into Otter and it writes it. Isn't that cool?
That is pretty cool.
So cool. But the problem is now I have to have somebody, because it's like broken sentences and kind of as we speak, it's not so much full sentences and grammar is what I learned. So I have to learn to speak in full sentences because Otter doesn't pick it up. So then somebody would have to go back and,
edit it.
Yeah, do all that crap. But anyway, I know there's somebody out there who does that. So it's out there. Anyway, back to the tarot. So one of the things in the book was about the tarot. It told me the date. It told me the time. Told me how it was done. It showed me everything. And I went to the people I work with the next morning. I go, you got to hear this download. And then people started morphing into these characters. It was cool. I'm not on drugs, I swear to God. But it was like,
I believe you.
The weirdest experience in my entire raining up in vibrations. It was like one of the things that, and I'm still stuck. And everybody who knows me in Miami is like, don't even talk about tarot cards with her because she will go apeshit. Because what happened was the gypsies, Italian gypsy, stole from a high royal castle the actual bridge cards because they used to play bridge. And then they stole the major arcana from the churches that they were depictions, and they put them together, the gypsies, and told people how they were going to make money. They were going to tell you your future with these cards.
Yeah.
And they were stolen, so they were tainted. Dude, I went and I told this. I said, I had this really weird dream. So we ended up looking them up. We started Googling about tarot. We started, sure as shit, 1435, that happened. I'm like, wait, no, that was a dream. And they said, no, it's not. And then I was like, Basildine. And then since that day, that was a message. It's already printed. Don't do it.
Don't even mess with them.
Right. So that is why I don't do tarot cards, because I don't do something that was tainted. And then in another teaching, it was, why are you limiting to 78 cards to try to find somebody's truth? Everybody has it. And then that's what brought on my next gift from God, which was those healing interpretations where people talk to me and they give me these and they highlight these trigger words in my brain. And then these trigger words, then I flip into a conscious positive. That's how I found out. And when you said tarot cards, my whole being shrunk up, went, oh, she didn't say tarot cards. Did she say tarot cards? Why would she say tarot cards? It was so funny that you said it. And I started going, oh my God, she really said tarot cards on my show. And I'm sure people who know me who are listening, they're like, oh my God, she said
did she really? Yeah, I'm that person. I'm sorry. I didn't know. And so that's what's funny, because yesterday I was watching this video. I kept seeing this video pop up in my YouTube, and I finally watched it. And her name is Energy, and she did the tarot cards. And it's crazy. She said, this is the last time y'all are going to see me doing tarot cards. And she said, because there's so much more. This is so limited. And so that's why I brought it up, because she was like, yeah, they'll show you signs, but it's so limited. And she said, this is going to be my last time. I'm going to be out there in the world, actually living in. And I was just like, oh, okay. That's cool. So it was just confirmation.
So how can my Ace of Cups, here's the other thing. How can my Ace of Cups be your Ace of Cups, be the next person's Ace of Cups, be everybody's Ace of Cups?
Right.
No, we are so much more than that. We are so much more. But I do believe that it gets people's foot into the door for divine grace and for divine connection. I do believe that. So if somebody is a lot of people start, I guess, in spirituality with the crazy phenomenons, the Ouija boards, which opens up portals, which is not good. Or they start with the cards, and it's not good. It's find the denomination that helps you grow. right? There are so many religion denominations around the world, whether they're organized religions or whether they are denominations of practice. There are tons of them. And I always implore people, you really want to create an ambiance closer to God, study the religions of all. Don't study the religions of a few. Study the denominations of all. Because then you'll find out exactly the culture that goes along with those denominations. And then you get to know people very well, because now you understand the energies of their gods or who they proclaim. I believe that every religion and denomination has the same God. We just call it something different. Because even the Kabbalah and the Quran and the Bibles, they all state the same thing. Love your neighbor, right? As you do yourself. But if you don't love yourself, that's where the issue is. So a lot of times you'll hear me say, why don't you love yourself? Like when I hear somebody's dysfunctions and they're staying in those dysfunctions or they're staying in medical pains, I ask them all the time, why don't you love yourself? Because somebody who loves themselves, they want to find an exit. They don't want to be the victim. They don't want to be the martyr, right? So that's my blessing. My blessing for this Christmas is for everybody who is still suffering with PTSD, still suffering as a victim or a martyr, to break out of those shackles and those chains and become the best version of you that you love. And forget about the past. You can't change it. You can't. It's like Ebenezer Scrooge, right? The Christmas Carol. You have Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas in the future. You know, we're not all Tiny Tims, but that miracle is there. And that miracle of life is in existence for everybody. Some of us just don't know that they can reach out their hand and ask for it, right? And it's our will, it's our right, it's our freedom that the military gave us here. It's also our freedom because God put us here. So military and God go hand in hand, right? That's my.
You don't want to be stuck.
No,
at the past, and your life is just passing by.
Yeah, there's no stuck. We don't want stuck. We don't want that. We don't want that as our holidays get closer, and we don't want to be it. So let go. This is the full moon. Full moon means that we write down on the pagan holiday, the Yule. There you go, the Yule. And the pagans, you write what no longer serves a purpose, and you write it because you want to get it out. I don't like ba ba ba. I don't like ba ba ba. I need to remove this. I need to balance this. You write what doesn't serve a purpose because it's the full moon. You need to do it, and then you go outside. You light it. You watch it burn. That piece of paper. Whatever. Sometimes I tell people to get a rose leaf. Because a rose is the fragrance and the embodiment of unconditional love. It reaches a 528 frequency. So we write on the leaf what no longer serves a purpose in our life, and we burn it. And we burn it on the moon. And we bring in, now I would bring in Dada, because that is the Hindu god. I would bring Dada in, saying, Dada, remove. You can bring in anybody. You can bring in Kali. You can bring in Jesus Christ. You could bring in Mother Mary. You could bring in Mazaldachuk. You could bring in Archangel Michael, Archangel Ezekiel. You could bring in anybody you want. That is your spiritual guide. And then you ask them, please remove this from my existence, from my being. It doesn't serve a purpose anymore, right? There's a reason for every season. And this season is full of love. It's full of abundance. And that doesn't cause me to have it. And that's the energist in me. So that's what I'm going to proclaim today, is that you write whatever no longer serves a purpose in your life. You burn it, you get rid of it, and you ask God, take it away. You're responsible. Everybody has 3 beautiful doves. You learn about the doves in your heart. Rub your chest. Ask for one of the miracle doves to go and ask for your miracle. This is the abundance. You don't want to miss it. So ask for it. If you don't ask for it, and don't be stupid and say, oh, I want $100 million. No, I mean, you can ask. But, there you have to, what kind of, what are you asking for? Something that's unrealistic? That's the Maya illusion. Maya illusion means you can be in that illusion, but it's probably way out in the keister. So then we ask Saraswati, bring it back into heart. Right? Let's know what is actually feasible for our abundance, right? Winning the lotto. Everybody wants to win the lotto. We can ask, I want to win the lotto. All right. Well, what do you want to win? Do you want to win the something for life? Do you want to win the daily? Do you want to live the third? Which lotto do you be very specific what you want to do, right? I want to love the rest of my life, an unconditional love. I want that. I want to love everybody unconditionally. I want joy in my life every day. I don't want despair. I don't want disformity. I don't want unbalancedness. These are things I don't want. Setting my boundaries, right? So anyway, that's what I like. That's what I like. What do you like, Kiara? What's your wishes?
Hi to you.
I would like for everybody, the unity of everyone being a tribe and actually learning what Jesus was teaching us, which I know there's more people, that we literally have to love everybody no matter good or bad. We have to show love. It's just the more you grow up, the more that you notice that I feel like there's no good or bad. It's good. You make good choices and you make bad choices, Does that make you a good person or a bad person? Like now there might be some evil people out there that,
Flip it. There's no bad choices. There's just choices of lessons learned or choices of lessons that we've already gotten. Flip it. There's that positive conscious flip. You're going to flip that where we say the bad choice can't be a bad choice if we haven't learned it. We have to go through it.
Right.
All of us come from the mud, so we have to learn that. So flip that pattern right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes yeah. Yeah. Because it's like if we were, you look at somebody and you're just like, oh, can't believe you did that. But if we were in that same position, would we have done the same thing, So it's kind of one of those just
judgment and ego. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't look at with judgment and ego. I know I have 2 minutes before I have to get off of here. Kiara, I'm going to see you Wednesday morning. I will be on that show with you. I cannot wait. It's full of laughs and excitement that early in the morning. I don't know how you do it, but I love you. And I will be there. Thank you for coming on and sharing your DIYs. I love them. I cannot wait to see more of your beautiful pieces that you put together. It is such a jolly holly Christmas, and it is made for us to smile, and it's made for us to be these children again that bring us that tear and that joy and just everything inside of our vessel that just wants to gleam with that smile. And you're the best one I know for that. So
thank you.
Your smile. Thank you, everybody. Next week will be my last show before I go on break. And it's just going to be jolly good fun and laughs and see what happens and see what goes on. And, we will all be with you. Love you both. I do. Terry, you're beautiful.
Oh, I love you too,
Thank
Terry.
you all for listening. We'll be on next week at 9 a.m. Every Monday. You can catch me here. And then my show breaks for, I think, a week or two, and then I'll be back on in January. See you on Wednesday, Smiles. Jewel, thank you behind the scenes, you and Caveman in the studio in Colorado. You're listening to Military Broadcast Radio, or MBRadio.us, where the veterans get to have a voice. Mwah! See you all soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.